Hey guys, Donna here. Just heading back from a little putt around the neighborhood. Sally here, she's getting ready to have a new fairing put on, along with a windshield. Jerry bought me a Road Warrior for Christmas, and he's been itching to get that thing on here, so hopefully we'll get that done soon. We've already had quite a few things done. When I first got this bike, it had different handlebars on it, ape hangers, mini apes. Gave me a little bit of a shoulder problem, so we changed those, changed the risers. And of course, being 5'2", height was a little bit of an issue. Had a tendency to put my leg down and get a little bit too close to those pipes, so we had to lower it. Backing up was a little bit of an issue. But now that we've done all those mods, things are working out much better for me. Before Jerry does the fairing, he's going to go ahead and tell you what he's done already.
Today we're going to talk about the mods we've done to Donna's bike. Her bike is a 2021 Softail Standard, and we picked this up last bike week, the first week of bike week I believe. No, it was the last week of bike week, and we got it over at Harley Davidson, and we got a pretty good deal on it. And she got this rack thrown in, luggage rack, when she bought the bike. So that's one less thing we had to put on after we got it. Because these are great to have. Of course, if you're traveling and you want to put your roll bag on there, you're all set. It's easy. So we got it home. We wanted to put saddlebags on. So we realized to put the saddlebags on there, we'd have to relocate the turn signals. So, if you see down here, the original turn signal mount came right here, so that wouldn't work with these saddlebags. So I got a taillight relocation kit from Harley Davidson. I got it online. I believe it's Utah, Harley Davidson, where I get a lot of parts from. They seem to be cheaper there than the local places I can find. Anyhow, in this particular case, not so much. I think they were like $100 after all said and done. So we moved the taillights back. If you get one of these relocation kits, be very careful when wiring it back up, even if you follow the instructions that are given with it. There's some things they don't tell you. It's something to do with the grounding inside the light itself. If it's not grounded properly, it won't work, and you won't have running lights. That was the case that we had. So we ended up taking it back to Harley, and they had a hard time finding the problem themselves, and they looked it up, and they found out that there is the last step in installation isn't included in instructions they give you for the do-it-yourselfers. Anyhow, it had something to do with the grounding. So anyway, we got it straightened out, got running lights again. Okay, here's something about these saddlebags. They're made by Viking saddlebag. The model is Viking large pocket saddlebag. They look real nice. They have a decent amount of storage, and this cool little pocket here that actually velcros where you can put small stuff, glasses, cell phone, whatever you may want to put there, wallet. I really like them. They cost about $250, I think. They're leather, but they're hard. They have some sort of plastic material, leather over plastic. They look real nice. Oh yeah, and they're locking saddlebags as well. I was originally going to put my old Heritage bags on there, but we had to relocate just for these. To put the Heritage ones on there and have to relocate these all the way out here, which is something you might think of if you like that style of bag. I find these fit the profile of the bike a little better. Next thing we wanted to do is get her a different seat. The original seat was really small and kind of ridiculous. Plus, she was having a problem with the reach. And this seat has a little more back and pushes you a little more forward. So we figured that might be the cure. So I got a seat, as you're probably familiar with Mustang seats. They're very good. This is the Solo touring model that they sell. much more comfortable in stock. I don't have the stock seat with me, but if you look at one, you'll see it's not much of a seat at all. So after all of that, she still had a little problem with her feet being flat on the ground. Also, another problem was she found herself burning her leg on the exhaust. So what we did, we lowered the bike 2 inches. In order to do that with a monoshock, they sell various kits, but basically one is to replace the top nut of that monoshock to bring it down a little bit lower. But in order to do that, you got to compress the spring, and I didn't have the know-how nor the tools to do that. So we took it into Harley Davidson once again, and they did it for us. I think the lowering kit itself is only about 150 bucks. All in all, with labor, $500. But, well worth it. What's the sense of spending all that money on a bike when you're not comfortable riding it? So, might as well do what you need to do. It's important to make any bike your own. At least that's what I think. So, we still had a reach problem, apparently. This bike originally came with mini ape hangers. It wasn't quite doing it for her. I tried adjusting them here at the handlebar clamp, and it was giving her shoulder problems. I mean, she could ride it okay, but she'd come back from a ride and was doing all this, and my shoulders hurt. And then when I was on the road with it, I see her like, oh, hunched over the bike, and I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. So we looked for several different handlebars, and then we went over to Harley once again and found out if they had a solution for such a thing, and they did. So they picked these handlebars out, and then we had a problem because we wanted to have pullback risers on it. Bring it a little bit even closer. Apparently, stock or standard pullback risers aren't going to work with this particular model because of all your electronics are housed in the top of this handlebar clamp right here. And it's your speedo and all the other various indicators you have. It's all electronic and digital. So in order to do that, we'd have to find a riser to accommodate. Apparently, nothing like that is made. So they looked around and they found a company called Kraus. This is called a Raptor. It's the Raptor Riser Relocator. So as you can see what it does, it brings them forward. And then with that, it's like having pullbacks. Not quite the same, but it seemed to work. Of course, if you do this, you're gonna have to extend your wires because the stock ones are about here. So that was another wiring extension harness kit. I don't know, wire extender they had to do to make it work. So, but it works beautiful now. No problems with it whatsoever. Okay, while we're on the subject of the handlebars in the front of the bike, when they change the handlebars, you have to change the grips because apparently the stock grips are glued on so tight that you can't take them off and reuse them. So we picked out these old school barrel grips. It's kind of like a throwback from the 50s and early 60s, probably even the 40s when they had this style Harley grip. I like the way they look. Plus they offer Donna a little bit more wider grip. And then she had put this cramp buster on this. This is a $10 part. It's pretty good. What it does is allows you to stretch your fingers and still work the throttle if you get tired of holding it in that position for any length of time. All right, here we have this throttle lock. This is an Amazon part. Push it down, and now it'll lock the throttle in that position if you're on a long cruise, down the highway, what have you. So that works out really well. Prevents them from getting hand cramps. So something that happens to a lot of people apparently. Let's see, what other wonderful things did we do? Of course, I wanted to put engine guard on there because I believe in them. They're pretty damn good. These came from Hogworks. Now, they're about $30 cheaper from Hogworks than they are from Harley Davidson. I have a Harley Davidson one on my Heritage, and I can't tell the difference. It seems to be the same weight, build quality, size, and the chrome is decent. God forbid if you drop it, you don't want to have to struggle to pick it up. Put on this little helmet lock. Cool little deal right there. This came from Amazon as well. That's a little, that's about a $20 part. You unlock it first, hook the helmet on there, push that
that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed watching. If you have already subscribed to our channel, I want to say thank you. We really appreciate your support. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not do it now? And remember to hit that bell. You'll get a notification to watch what Jerry does next to give Sally her facelift. Thanks again, and have an outstanding day.